In this Maschine tutorial, I'll show you how to build a powerful, controlled rumble around your kick. Using Maschine effects, driver, corrective EQ, limiting, and mid-side processing, we'll build a wide driving low end in 3 steps that works great for industrial and hypnotic techno. This video is part of my Komplete 26 workflow series where I break down the complete production of this hypnotic techno track made entirely inside the Maschine DAW using only Native Instruments and Isotope plugins available through Native Access. Download the template and try Komplete 26 yourself with the affiliate link in the description below. Let's dive in. In the lower group, pads 1 and 2 are your kick, while pads 3 and 4 duplicates. Copy pad 1 to pad 3 and pad 2 to pad 4. We're using duplicates because later you may want scenes where the kick disappears, but the rumble keeps driving the track forward, especially during build-ups and transitions like this. Route pads 3 and 4 into this channel right here called Kick for Rumble, then make sure that bus is routed into the rumble channel. Now let's make this rumble. We want the same punch and distortion character as the kick compression channel, so copy the Solid Bus Compressor and the distortion plugin, then paste them onto the Kick for Rumble channel. Make sure this channel is routed into the rumble channel and lower the volume to around -10 dB. You don't want the signal hitting driver too hard later in the chain. On the rumble channel, start with beat delay and change the timing from 3/16 to 1/16. Next, low reverb, switch the mode to plate and set the mix to around 65%. We'll come back to the decay later because it has a big impact on the groove and size of the rumble. Now let's shape the texture with driver. Use it together with SPAN because you want to see which notes you're hitting. Start with a soft kick preset, then adjust these 4 controls until you get a texture that fits your track. Right now I'm hitting the root note of the track, but you can easily go deeper if you want. Added parametric EQ after that, we need to make a couple of cuts. Set a high-pass filter around 50 Hz and remove mighty resonance around 150 to 350 Hz. This next trick gives you way more control during breakdowns and transitions. Back in the lower group, this last kick sample on pad 5 is your sidechain trigger. It's routed to the kick compression channel, but the volume fader is completely down because we only want the signal. I set it up this way because later you may want moments where the rumble fades out naturally without the pumping effect, especially before a drop like this. Sidechain compression is the last effect on the rumble channel. Under the sidechain input, select pad 5 in the low end group as the source, and with these settings, compress around 14 to 16 dB. And finally, go back to the reverb and adjust the decay to your liking. At this point, the rumble sounds good, but we need to make the low end cleaner. So now the kick and the rumble are both routed into the low end group. First, enable the Solid Bus Compressor, and with the settings you see on screen, aim for around 2 dB of compression. It's subtle, but it helps the low end feel more cohesive. On BX meter, you can see I'm hitting around minus 20 dB RMS, and this is where a lot of producers accidentally destroy their low end. Now enable the limiter. Lower the ceiling, then bring down the threshold until you barely see any gain reduction. Even if the limiter doesn't look like it's doing much, it actually shaves us more peaks than you'd expect. Adjust the ceiling until the signal sits around minus 20 dB RMS, then let's A/B the result and watch what happens on the meter. Before the limiter, the signal peaked at minus 8 dB. After limiting, it drops to minus 11.5. Even though Maschina's limiter barely shows any gain reduction, we still shaved off roughly 3 dB of transient peaks. I'm basically trading a little transient energy for more headroom, which lets me push the signal louder later in the mix. This final step can completely change how your track translates on club systems. Now for the final touch, mid-side EQ to mono the low end. Some producers prefer putting the mid-side EQ directly on the low end group, but I prefer placing it on the master channel. I'm using Ozone 12 parametric EQ, but any EQ with mid-side processing will work. So how much should you mono? There are two things to consider. First, most club systems mono everything below roughly 100 to 120 Hz anyway, so there's no reason to keep extreme stereo information down there. Second, phase correlation. I'm using Ozone Imager 2, which is free, and if you look at the vector scope and see the image spreading sideways while the correlation meter moves between +1 and 0, that means you're introducing phase instability in the low end. Let me show you how to quickly find a solid balance. Around 200 Hz with a 6 dB per octave slope gives me the best balance between mono compatibility and low-end power. Other producers push this up to 300 Hz with a 24 or even 48 dB slope, but in my opinion that removes too much width and energy from the track. Let me show you the difference. Let me know in the comments 200 Hz with a gentle 6 dB slope or 300 Hz with a steeper slope. Make sure you subscribe because in the next video I'll show you how to turn this into this.